Imagine waking up tomorrow to the biggest news in human history. Astronomers have discovered a massive asteroid heading directly toward Earth. 12 kilometers wide. Large enough to threaten civilization itself. And it will arrive in just 10 years. Every telescope confirms it. Every government agrees. Impact is certain. The question is no longer if it will hit. The question becomes, can humanity stop it in time? Now in this video, we're not going to spend 10 minutes talking about how the skies turn dark, how sunlight disappears, or how everything freezes. You already know it would be catastrophic. Instead, we're going to focus on something even more terrifying. How humanity would respond. How science might try to save Earth. How politics could completely change. And how, when survival becomes uncertain, some people might stop trying to save the world and start trying to save only themselves. Ironically, an extinction-level asteroid might be the only thing capable of making every government on Earth agree on something. Part 1. The world changes overnight. The moment the threat is confirmed, everything changes. Stock markets crash within hours. Emergency meetings begin across the planet. News channels run non-stop coverage. People stop planning for retirement. Some stop going to work entirely. Others become obsessed with survival. And social media? Absolute chaos. Conspiracies spread instantly. Some people claim the asteroid is fake. Others believe governments already built secret bunkers years ago. And honestly, that last one might not even sound impossible anymore. For the first time in modern history, humanity shares a single deadline. 10 years. 10 years until impact. Space agencies immediately abandon most long-term exploration projects. Mars missions? Delayed. Luxury space tourism? Nobody cares anymore. Humanity now has one mission. Survival. Factories shift toward rocket production. Military budgets are redirected into planetary defense. New telescopes are launched into orbit. Scientists track every movement of the asteroid. Its size. Its composition. Its rotation speed. Its weak points. Its exact trajectory. Because in planetary defense, even a tiny change matters. A small push today could make the asteroid miss Earth years later. Part 2. Politics at the end of the world. But science wouldn't be the hardest challenge. Politics would. Which country leads the mission? Who controls the rockets? Who pays for everything? And if survival shelters become necessary, who gets access? Because the moment survival becomes limited, humanity changes. Some nations would cooperate. Others would compete. Powerful countries might prioritize their own populations. Borders could close. Resources become controlled. Food becomes political. And somewhere underground, billionaires would almost certainly begin building private survival bunkers the size of small cities. You just know somebody would try to sell premium asteroid survival memberships. Even at the edge of extinction, humanity would still find ways to monetize things. But despite the politics, despite the fear, scientists would continue working against the clock. Because humanity still has one advantage the dinosaurs never had. Technology. Part 3. Humanity's weapons. So how do you stop a mountain-sized asteroid moving faster than a bullet? Option 1. Kinetic impact. A spacecraft crashes directly into the asteroid at incredible speed. Not to destroy it. Just to push it slightly off course. It sounds simple. But in space, a tiny push today can become thousands of kilometers years later. NASA already tested this idea with the DART mission. And it worked. Just not on something this large. Option 2. Nuclear deflection. This is where things begin sounding like science fiction. Contrary to Hollywood movies, scientists probably wouldn't try to blow the asteroid apart. That could create multiple giant asteroids instead of one. Which is somehow worse. Instead, a nuclear explosion near the surface could vaporize material and create thrust. Like a giant cosmic engine. Slowly changing the asteroid's path. Somewhere, a scientist explains this carefully. While world leaders quietly realize humanity may have recreated Armageddon. Option 3. Gravity tractor. This may be the strangest plan of all. A massive spacecraft hovers beside the asteroid for years. Its own gravity slowly pulls the asteroid away from Earth. No explosions. No giant lasers. Just physics doing its job. It sounds impossible. But physics doesn't care what sounds dramatic. Only what works. Part 4: The Real Enemy. The biggest problem isn't technology. It's time. If humanity discovers the asteroid 20 years early, survival chances are surprisingly good. 10 years? Difficult. 5 years? Desperate. 1 year? Humanity may have no realistic way to stop it. And that's the terrifying part. There are still thousands of large asteroids we haven't discovered yet. Right now, somewhere in the darkness of space, another giant rock could already be moving silently through the void. Humanity's survival may depend entirely on seeing danger before it sees us. Part 5: The Final Years. As the years pass, the asteroid grows brighter in Earth's sky. At first it looks like a star. Then a moving light. Then something unmistakable. Panic spreads again. Some people become deeply religious. Others completely give up. Governments begin constructing underground shelters. Seed vaults protect agriculture. Scientific archives are stored underground. Power systems are reinforced. The goal slowly changes. No longer saving every city. Saving civilization itself. And somehow, during all of this, someone would still schedule a meeting that could have been an email. And in the end, only two possibilities remain. The first is that humanity fails. The final missions launch. The world watches in silence. For a brief moment, hope returns. Then the calculations arrive. The asteroid is still coming. The deflection failed. There are no more plans left. No more launches. No more time. In the final hours, cities fall silent. People gather with their families. Others simply look up at the sky. And then, Earth witnesses the brightest flash in human history. Shockwaves circle the planet. Firestorms consume continents. The age of humanity ends the same way the age of the dinosaurs did. Not with war. Not with disease. But with a rock from space. And somewhere, deep underground, small groups of survivors wait in darkness, hoping civilization can begin again. But there is a second possibility. Humanity realizes the asteroid cannot be stopped. And decides Earth itself may no longer be survivable. Massive space vessels are constructed in orbit. Not luxury ships. Survival ships. Part city. Part space station. Part ark. Only a tiny fraction of humanity can leave. And that decision becomes the most controversial moment in human history. Who gets chosen? Scientists? Engineers? Children? Politicians? Billionaires? As Earth's final days approach, thousands board the ships. Engines ignite. And for the first time in history, humanity leaves Earth not to explore space, but to escape extinction. From orbit, Earth slowly disappears behind them. Then comes the flash. The planet that created humanity is gone. Only the ships remain, floating through the darkness, carrying the last survivors of Earth. And that raises an even more terrifying question. What happens next? What would life actually look like inside a giant survival ship drifting through space for generations? Because surviving Earth may only be the beginning.